The rearview mirror has its purpose, but maybe being so close to the windshield has helped people confuse it with the main focal point. It's important to look back from time to time to see where the road bent, long enough to remember what it cost, what you carried out of there. But if you stare at it too long, you can stop moving forward. At the time, they can feel inconvenient, too long, too rough, too far out of the way. Surely there must have been a cleaner route. Some better version of the story where everything lined up on the first shot and it made sense while happening. But most of life does not explain itself to you while you're inside it. I think that is one of the paradoxes of life. We can rarely, if ever, truly see where we are, what is going on, and where we stand from our current point of view. You just have to keep moving. One foot in front of the other on the path, one hand on the wheel and the other arm out the window, taking the miles as they come, not knowing exactly where the bends are taking you. Then, after enough time has passed, you look back and realize the crooked part was not separate from the path. It was the path. I used to really think that there was a right version of things. A right road, a right room, a right time, a right kind of life that would eventually show up and give me permission to begin. Mountains without valleys, if you will. But permission is an odd thing to wait on. In my experience, nobody is coming to hand it to you. You either make the things with what you have, where you are, or you spend your whole life standing on the side of the road looking for a sign that says you are allowed. Sometimes you just have to adapt, improvise, and overcome. Some things are not clean when they start. A song is not cleanly mapped when it starts. A life is not clean when it starts over. A handmade record is not clean when it's spread across the table in pieces. Paper, tape, ink, dust, fingerprints, bad cuts, better cuts, missed a line, third tries. But there is something honest in the thing that still shows the hand that made it. A straight road may get you there faster, but a crooked path teaches you where you are. You notice the ditch you pull yourself out of, the hill your legs beg you to stop on, the old house that provided you shelter. It makes you slow down enough to see what the easy road would have made you miss. Water doesn't ask the rocks for permission. It just keeps tirelessly pushing on, around it, over it, under it, through it. Whatever small crevices or opening it can find is enough of a foothold for it to get its way. Give it enough time and it changes the shape of the bedrock that appeared permanent, with the right mindset, providing a level base to build from. I think about that a lot. Not in some grand way, just in the way a person thinks when they've been taught patience the hard way. A little pressure, a little time, a little movement every day. That is all it takes to cut a path. That is enough to find your way home. Not always the home you pictured, not always the one you lost, not the one that someone else told you to want or sold you. But then again, maybe home isn't always a place. Maybe it is a feeling of finally moving in the same direction as your own life. Some days everything feels uphill, even the small things, especially the small things. You wake up with the weight already sitting on your chest when you look around and everybody else appears to be further along, cleaner, faster, better lit. But a hill has a way of telling the truth. You cannot fake your way up it. You cannot talk your way over it. You either climb it or you don't. And climbing slow is still climbing. There is no shame in stopping for a breather, no shame in taking the long way. There is no shame in being shaped by the grade. You aren't rich until you have something that can't be bought. The older I get, the more I believe that words are tools. Not decorations, not just noise, tools. You can build with them or tear boards off the wall. I've done both. A careless word can follow one around for years. A good word can show up at the right time and give the person the strength to press on. So I'm trying to be careful with what I plant. Not precious, not polished to death, not pretending everything is fine. Just careful enough to say something that might grow in the right direction. At some point, you have to stop waiting for the stage to be set. Sometimes the stage is a bedroom, a garage, a closet, a table covered in paper scraps, the quiet stretch of road where you finally admit nobody else is coming to build the life in your head, so you build it. Crooked, slow, by hand, with what you have. Maybe that is not the lesser version. Maybe that is the only version that you could ever call your own. Maybe the crooked path isn't taking you away from anything. Maybe it's taking you back to yourself. Back home.